Good morning, traders and investors. This is Modified Darvas Box coming at you here with another weekend review after a very busy week that started off a little bearish and ended up being solidly bullish. In fact, it was really impressive how it worked. It really sent me for a loop, but eventually, you come to your senses, or at least you hope you do, and the market's going to do what it's going to do. But what's really interesting is what rebounded, what didn't, and where's this market going to be going? We know from history that the market was struggling the last few weeks, like before Christmas and all that here, and I'll show this chart again. That's the NASDAQ. But yeah, it's really interesting. But maybe we have our turnaround. But again, we'll see what happens. This is all journey. It's never a destination, and it's simply trying to make good decisions to navigate things. Anyways, who am I? I'm an independent trader, investor who created a unique trading system. It's based on the book How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas. I did not invent it all. I simply took the system from the book and adapted it to my own needs. I also added other layers, particularly from the strategy. And yeah, and I've come up with a pretty robust trading system. And you know what's interesting? I noticed this week as people tried to interpret, it's just incredible to me, and this is rant time, it's just incredible how people switch from it's in a sideways box to which you see on mine. Now it's in a triangle. Now it's in something, and I saw people mentioning this, a squat. They point and they say, you see on the chart, it's doing a squat. I have no idea what a squat is. I've never heard of it. I'm like, did you just invent that or pull it out of your ass? So my point is, how is somebody supposed to navigate the markets when there's no consistent way of looking at the charts, where you look at it consistent every way? If you're constantly inventing new patterns, new analysis, you're just like a random gunslinger, in my opinion. It's too much randomness. Again, my whole thing is consistency. I look at charts the same way. I've got the same indicators, and if I'm going to make a change, I'll test that change for a while before adopting it. So how do I look at my charts? You can see here, I've got box ranges, and from Nick Darvas's book, you're either in an uptrend, a sideways trend, or a downtrend. So yeah, this is a framing tool, help frame what's going on with prices. And I've got different colors on my chart because these highlight trading signals, actual signals. And a trading signal is something where you sit up and you pay attention to it, and then you create a plan on how you're going to trade it on the next bar. For example, these grays are inside bars. Inside bars are 50-50. They can either go through the bottom or through the top. And the whole concept is when you see it, you plan the trade for the next one. What are you going to do? For example, this one right here, well, you would have planned, gee, that looks kind of bullish. I think I'm going to buy it. If it hits the top right there, boom, it hit it, and you've got a successful winning trade. Now, did it last? No, but that's what trading's all about, is taking a risk, and then if it works, then managing that risk. So that's what my system does. And I saw a lot of randomness throughout Twitter where people were literally inventing new terms. It's all justification. So end of rant. In my opinion, it's best to stay consistent. Use the same indicator, the same pattern, the same thing every time. So anyways, I've got 6 lists here, and we're going to look at the top 4. We've got a lot of signals because the market was very active. I traded quite a bit. I went to cash, like in my 401k. I flipped it back to stocks. What a mess, but eventually the market figures out what to do. So, and eventually we figure out what to do. So we'll start here. What's going on in energy markets? Well, this is MLPs, which provide income. I own some in a different account and for income. And let me tell you, box breakout right here. You've got a box structure and a breakout. We don't have any volume, which is fine, but that's going to new highs. Look at that. Something's bubbling in oil. There's that weekly moving average, the only moving average I use. And look at it. It's just following the path and keeps going higher. Pretty good. ARC, Kathy Wood. Well, Kathy, maybe she's on a comeback here. She's actually making some money for the first time in years. But I use this chart to show the many colors on my system. Blues are very bullish, means sit up, pay attention. Pinks are sit up, pay attention, but with a bearish tilt. Yellows, very bullish, yellow buy signal. There's that blue again. You got the insides, these grays, and then these orange ones, hammers right here, which are bullish, and shooters, which are bearish. And you see, again, a signal just tells you to sit up, pay attention. The market's trying to tell you something. And with luck, the market then follows through on the signal and confirms it. Now, if the market does not confirm it, like right here, well, you got a failed signal. That doesn't mean the signal's not going to work, but it means you may not be trading right there, but maybe you mark that level. Okay, well, something happened there. But anyways, the whole point here is that you can see that pullback that we've been seeing, and I've noticed a lot of weakness in here, but damn, a little bit of a rebound. Not to new highs, though. Do we consider this rebound to be a recovery rebound where it simply stops going down? Or is this rebound ready to blast off to new highs? I would call it a recovery where we simply are stopping going down, and now the market's going to figure out a new direction. Oil. So this is a proxy for the oil market. It's been a big old downtrend like that. But I don't use the lines for that. But just basically sideways when it peaked back in April. I'll see right down here. And lo and behold, right before Christmas, they were pounding out of oil. And what did it do? It formed a signal during Christmas week. And remember, inside bars, 50-50. There's no patterns or anything on here. And then boom, there's the signal. There's the trade. Time to go long oil in the new year. Oil and energy. I mean, it's just as clear as day like there. See how the market tells you through signals what it wants to do or what it's thinking of doing. Let's put it that way. It'll give you a signal saying we're thinking of doing this, and then it sees to whether it's going to confirm it, usually by the next bar. It's not a guarantee. Sometimes signals fail, but the market talks to you if you know how to look for it. And I'm big on chart interpretation, and I usually get my interpretations correct. So, but when the market gets confusing, like that pre-Christmas. So this is the NASDAQ. Here's where the market really started moving from September through the end of the year. We had a great end of year rally. But here in Friday, the week of the Friday, the 20th, mid-December, we started getting, signals, red selling. We went to an inside bar here, 50-50. It triggered to the downside, but it closed back above, so that's not conclusive. Then we went down again, and again, pinks are sit up and pay attention. What are you going to do, Mr. Market? And how did the market respond? Well, it was down a little bit on on Monday, and then by midweek, it totally rebounded. There we go. We had our answer. Market asked a question, and the reply was definitely bullish. But again, a blast off to new highs bar, or I don't think we're going to keep going down bar. There is a difference. So keep that in mind. Ethereum, well, crypto, maybe crypto, but this is sort of blah. I'm beginning to wonder why I even track this. Okay, growth proxy. There's that the peaks pre-Christmas in December. We had again all these months here of coming down. Like, see, what's it going to be? Bearish, bullish. Oh, we're going to go a little bearish. We're going to start selling, and you can see there's that pivot right there, or maybe you could call the pivot there. And then look at this, a bullish blue bar signal, and which means, yeah, we're probably going to stop going down here. That's how I interpret that. China, yeah, there's that rebound. I mean, a lot of markets go up, but any volume on China? Nope. Still a mess, big sideways. There's nothing bullish in China from what I see. Yeah, gold went up a little bit here, but still sideways. This here, junk bonds. So we had the box breakdown in December, Christmas, and then it went back up and then came back down and was looking very bearish. And then what does it do? Nah, it goes, nah, we're going back up, back into the box. And this is a bullish yellow bar signal, so it's like, damn. And this is the best read for economic conditions, junk bonds, because they're really sensitive to companies going bankrupt and making their payments. So right now, that's a vote of confidence in my book. And if you notice the volume here, red followed by bigger green, when you get those sequences, like here, 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 I'll highlight that for you, here, here, that is bullish because it shows that bulls were willing to step up. The bears gave it a push, and the bulls came back with an even bigger punch. And the opposite also can happen, like in here as well. No, this is probably not the great example right here but it ended up just going sideways. But again, this type of sequence, if you see it, this can be important. The bulls stepped up. What do we got? Insurance, yeah, the hockey stick save with all the fires and everything. Insurance coming down, box breakdown, and investors stepped up and said, no, wait a minute. Insurance companies are much better than what people are thinking. So they gave it a shove, and the bulls came back with an even bigger push. That's important. Bitcoin. There's a box breakout, and with a blue bar signal, that's a bullish signal. So you may want to think of this. The only thing with these blues, which I've noticed in my research, is that not always, but sometimes they'll have a red bar following this. So blue, and then it's sort of like it's a little exhausted. So we get a little down bar, maybe comes back, and then you buy that, and then it takes off. Well, I don't want to say rip take off like a space shuttle, but the bullish trend then resumes. But here's one where it was bullish, and then even more bullish. So take it with a grain of salt. But again, bullish signal, box breakout. Software. Well, I don't see any huge rally here, but I do see, yeah, we're going to stop going down. Okay. Housing. Look at that. Putting to box breakdown, sell. So what are you going to do? Go up or down? And right here, yeah, we're going up. They had some companies reported earnings, and they were really good. So again, the thinking on housing is beginning to change a little bit. Like maybe it's not so bad, but to me, this chart is still looks awful. Was this the time to have gotten long housing? But the chart doesn't look very good to me. So all it's saying to me is, yeah, it's not going to go down further at the moment. So right here, stick save and micro caps, Russell, yeah, stop going down. Healthcare sideways. What else we got? Transports. Yeah, going back up, but again, it's in a sideways box range. Okay, all right, sideways. No new bull markets. Darvas, you're either going up, going down, or you're going sideways. There's no other way. Sideways. Nice rebound, but sideways. QQQ. Matching the NASDAQ. Pink, pink again, and they responded bullish, big enough bullish this time. So right now I highly doubt that the bears are going to push this much more. A question again, are the bulls going to now break this market out? That's a good question. I don't know. But many people on Twitter are jumping up and down saying it's the new bull market. I mean, I think so, but we'll see. I made my first trade in 1995, so I don't need to fall over myself bullish, but we'll see. RSP, equal weighted S&P 500, was put to a decision here, and look how it responded. Yellow bar buy signal. That's interesting because this is a better representation of Main Street S&P because it has less technology in it. And volume sequence right there. Red, putting you to a decision. Green, yeah, we've made our minds. We're going back up. And look right here. Here's a sequence. Big up. And bears came back saying, I don't know about that. And it peaked 2 weeks later right here. That's how you can read volume. I don't know if you guys read volume all that often, but that's how I'd recommend doing it. Retail. Yellow bar buy signal. Nice uptrend. No signals. There's a bullish signal. It pretty much triggered like the past week, and then it more emphatically went up there on a blue bar. So that's looking like a successful signal. There you go. Short-term rates. When this price goes up, sorry. This is actually good. When this goes up, it means rates are going down. When this price is going down, it means rates are going up. Because right here, this is where inflation really started kicking in. So rates peaked right up here at the lows and then started selling off and going back up. So there it is. Semiconductors. The most important dull area. If we draw a line across like that, it's just about, because we got white bar sell, but again, the reactions are muted. Muted reaction. Muted reaction. Went up, now I couldn't handle it, now it's backed up. Still sideways, sort of blah, but maybe it goes up for a breakout. I don't know. S&P 500, I posted this chart on Twitter. I thought this was a great representation. Pink bar. What's it going to be, bullish or bearish? See, that's the market asking. The investors were put to a test right here. What's it going to be? And they responded, bullish. Red with bigger green. Again, we had the similar sequence here. Blue. What's it going to be? I don't know, man. See how it followed up right there with the red? And then sort of went back up. And then it peaked here in December. You see how these signals are the market talking to you? Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know. But I thought that was a good chart. SPY's doing the same thing. Okay, sentiment. McClellan, T2106, that's getting pretty high. This next week might actually be a red week. Because the McClellan being this high, well, it was a buying signal way down here. And now this may be a selling, take a breather signal right here. Hot and cold. What do we got this? 200-day. Stocks with the 200-day. Well, that's a hell of a rebound from 36 to 47% of all stocks. Again, maybe we're not going to a new bull market, but we're stopping going down at the moment. Stocks above the 40-day. Yeah, you see there's that potential buying signal here, and there's the big rebound to a bit better. This is a volatile up-down kind of indicator, but every time it's come down to here, it's been usually been a pretty good buying signal. So there you have it. Note what didn't go anywhere, the tan solar, vicious continuing downtrend. Treasuries, box breakdown, going down, down. Yeah, it rebounded. But we'll see, does this simply mean, this blue signal simply mean it's, going to stop going down, but it doesn't necessarily imply it's going back up. So VIX came off of the edge. You see it started off the week here looking like it's going to break out to the upside and have mass panic. Instead, all it did was come right back down to problem. There's no problem. Put on your Carl Spackler voice. Problem. Do we have a problem? There's no problems here. Just a gopher. But yeah, the VIX was threatening, so that's interesting. Real estate, same way. We're going down. Yeah, maybe not. Boom, boom, right there. Oil, XLE, yellow bar buy signal. Remember how we saw oil prices going back up? Well, oil companies. And what's interesting is we had yellow, and all of them sort of fizzled out. So here we get it again. Oil, maybe the sector. Financials. Box breakdown here on the red, followed by no. We're going back up. Look at that. Red-green sequence. Back to bullish. But again, it's back into the box, back into the sideways range. Is this a new bull market? No. But it's a recovery market. But again, the history of blue bars, there's a chance that next week will be down. This one was muted. There's a chance. So we'll see. Utilities. What is a ute? Yellow bar buy signal back to being strong. And again, volume sequence. Red-green. And this, again, the whole theory on this is electricity for AI, from what I imagine. So AI needs power. So we'll see. But that's the index ones. Now let's get into the box breakouts. And here we still have this box breakout on Broadcom and going sideways. It looks like I could draw a box here now. Like something like that. That's pretty rudimentary. And you know what? When you get a box, well, now you're in a sideways range. When it's a sideways range, I take it off and I put it into watching. Because, yeah, you may be long here. Just sit. And by the way, you could have sold out of Broadcom using this signal right here, but why? Maybe you had a good reason. But if not, if you sold here, all right, well, you could buy it back up here. That's fine. Don't matter. Or you could buy it back up in the new breakout. There's multiple ways to manage a trade. But in this case, it's sideways, so it goes on the watching list. This one right here, AXON, great trend, but this pullback took it back a ways. I feel safe calling that a box. And you know what? Look, there's where did the momentum stop? Really stop? It stopped here. I would expect a lot more sideways than this one. And because of that, watching list. Oil equipment, Baker Hughes. Gee, that looks bullish, huh? Box breakout, big volume. So while tech and everything stopped going down, some oil equipment here is breaking out to new highs. Box breakout here. Go up. And this is the thing, if you're going to be a trend follower longer term, like myself, I try to be, I would hold these pullbacks because you've developed some conviction as to, yeah, I want to hold it for a while. I like the forecast. I like the outlook. So you would sit through these pullbacks and be like, if my cost basis is 37 or 38 or whatever, you'd sit and be like, yeah, I'm doing fine. It sucks it's pulling back, but I really like this one and there's no need to sell it. And now look, it rebounds and now it's new highs. And note that there were a couple of ways to trade this. You could have taken your short-term profits here at 43, and then you could have bought it back here at 41. You'd be like Muhammad Ali, bobbing and weaving. Or you could just buy it here and just sit and yawn and go to sleep and let it do its thing. Turkey Partridge wouldn't have sold. That's a Reminiscences of a Stock Operator book story, if you've never read that book. Chewy, well, box breakout, just grinding higher. CRDO, box breakout, right here. Blue signal, so again, be prepared, it might pull back, but that would be normal. Do you see any squats here? I don't know what a squat is. I have no idea how to look at it or how to see it or how to scan for it. Beats me. I wouldn't even use it. People inventing chart patterns. Deck. Anybody buy any Hokas for Christmas? This looks like a box, huh? Does to me. Boink. And you know what? Box breakout here. And again, when it forms a new box, goes to the watching list. Now here's the problem. The box breakouts, we're running out of them. So again, is this the start of this week, the start of a brand new bull market, or just a we're stopping going down move? Google, box breakout, struggling here, but starting to assert itself. If you bought it anywhere in here, I think you should be sitting, and I bet you this is going higher. Good long-term trade. Hood. Boom, box breakout. Blue, so if it pulls back, don't be too frightened. But looks great to me. Box breakout here. And if you change time frames, like if you look at monthly or different time frames, you might see here on Hood, there was the big box breakout here and here, which some people on Twitter pointed out to me, and I kind of blew it off at the time. I just wasn't prepared to see a huge move in Hood's future because I'd never used the brokerage. I mean, I don't know the products and all that, but if people who did use it and everything saw it, well, you've been having a great run. You were tested here on this pullback, but it all worked out eventually. This is a bearish bar, but when a bearish bar gets invalidated, like to the upside, that turns into a buy signal in its own right. You're looking for a break at the low, but you're prepared for the high, and if it hits the high, well, that's a buy signal in its own right. When a bearish signal fails, that becomes a bullish signal. Make sense? You see how I've lasted in markets for so many years? Come up with a flexible system which is consistent on how you approach things. You may not, I can't guarantee you big wins, but if something, I guarantee the odds of things going wrong will drop as well. JP Morgan, all financials got it. So Hood, JPM, whoop. My dad owns a boatload of JPM, so I'm excited. My dad loves Jamie Dimon. If my dad could adopt him and replace me, I think he would. Jamie, if you're listening, please don't come to Christmas next year. PLTR. There was that December peak. No real signals. So if you bullish, you're just sitting there and you might have what looks like a box here. That looks like a box range. But again, when you form a box range, it goes to watching. Means it's lost something. Roblox. This is my pick and my bet with a hedge fund manager I know. He chose Tesla. I chose Roblox. And so far, I think I'm winning. But it's a year bet, so I won't collect until next year in January. So you better keep going up. But look at that blue bar signal. So very bullish. Let's see here. Oh, and notice here the breakout, and it keeps going up. Reddit. What do we got here? So Reddit. Lots of people were calling out Reddit like this is maybe a box or anything. No, the way I would draw it, it sort of looks like a box, but to me that's not a valid Darvas box. It hasn't created a box yet. This is people just slapping lines and assuming something is something. So as the resident expert on Darvas boxes, I'm telling you that's not a box. That's just a convenient thing. And there's no signals in here either. I wouldn't be as excited as Reddit as the rest of Twitter. SE, I'm long this. And I'm long, still long from way back here, trend following. And notice I haven't had any big red signals. I've had little inside bars, but I've never taken them because I believe in this one for the long term. So these 50-50 bars, I'm not really excited about taking them. But it comes off this list. It goes to watching. Snow, again. So box breakout here, end up going sideways. The trend got blunted. Looks great, but goes to watching. Are you seeing the relative strength slipping here? I'm seeing it. This one right here, box breakout, great run, big pullback. I was debating buying some of this, but why? There's no signals. There's maybe one here on the daily. To me, this looks like it's going to continue going down. Maybe the spot here is in the 11s, where the weekly moving average is. Does this deserve to be on this list? No. This will go on the bearish list because it triggered bearishly right there. So again, the textbook box breakout list lost another one. Spot. There you go. Great uptrend. No reason to sell it if you're long it. Big green volumes, volume. But again, sideways box comes off the list. We're losing a lot of relative strength. Square. Pullback. I think we can agree that that's probably not going down further. I was interested in buying some Square, but I didn't. Because again, there's no real signals. It just sort of floated with the market here. That's a daily chart. Weekly, it's pulling back, but it just sort of floated. So looks like a box, comes off, watching. So this huge rebound, yet we lost a bunch on this list. All right, let's go to the bullish signals. This should have a lot of them. A-Lab, big winner. Look at this run. Fantastic run, but what's it doing? Sideways. I'm pretty confident this low right here will have stuck. Sideways market comes off the list. You're like, damn, I thought we were in a bull market. Well, so did I. ANET, well, look at that. Box breakout here. It's on this list and not the other because it came out on low volume. Blue, okay, but this uptrend is intact, stays on the list. The bros, looks good. I should have bought some of this week. I simply didn't. My mistake. I was on it here I saw this. I got turned off to it during this section. When it came back out here, I didn't do anything, and I've been sort of regretting it ever since. So I've been regretting this since November. And since November, it's been just fine. But when you miss something, and you miss it and it just keeps going, it's hard to, it's hard to jump back on. And every time it goes higher, you kick yourself. This here, I could see this going to 80, maybe in 100, maybe to prior highs. Great pick. Great one how the market turned around. CEG, weekly signal here. Boom, goes up. Big green volume. Now this one was tough on the daily because you had the big gap up and then it pulled back and closed actually by the low. But the bulls, to their credit, kept buying and now it's back up. But boy, that would have been a tough one. If you had bought any time in this bar, the next day would have been very tough. Looks good to me. DJT, up, box breakout, Trump. Thank God Trump is back in office and gets rid of the Democrats. I'm sorry, but, well, let's just not go there. Good riddance. GE Aerospace, yellow bar buy signal, very bullish. Maybe this is going to head toward a breakout. Geo, let the deportations begin. I'm assuming that's why this is up, but again, looks good. But again, it's not a textbook breakout because it's missing the volume. GEV looks good, going higher. Same deal, breakout, no volume. GH, I tried this one. I'm clinging to it, but you see how it went up and then came back? And the volume sequence, I'm not happy about that. Green followed by red. I'm probably going to end up bailing on this one next week. I'm down like 90 cents. But I wasn't thrilled with that. GRR, I'm long right about here. I bought some of this off of the daily chart. See the volume sequence? Red followed by bigger green. Buy at the open. Duh. And granted, it went up like 30%. Now it pulled back. Yeah, okay. But I'm still up, so yeah, why do anything? Any volume signals? Nope. Volume looks fine. Volume here, yeah, there was red, but followed by green. Yeah, I like that entry. Meta. Zucker Droid, well, looks like it's trying to grind higher, but still, this qualifies. Microsoft, yellow bar buy signal, that's what I would expect. Look at this sideways range, woof. Peaked back in July. You'd have thought Microsoft would have kept going up, but yeah, that trend is starting to really slam sideways. Interesting. They make so much money. Net, blue signal right here. Notice there's no box here because the rules peak here, down, down, oh, above, keeps going up, down, up. It's just an upward trend. Oh, and this is on the wrong list. This should be in list 2. This one, OKLO, volatile, but ended up bullish. We'll see if it builds. ONON, blue bar, bullish signal, maybe a breakout soon. Serve, box breakout here, low volume, big volatility. Yeah, I don't know. Followed by 2 weeks of red. Well, it's okay to be on that list, but I don't know. Shark Ninja getting ready. Looks like it's getting ready to break out. Look at this sequence, the volume sequence. Big red, oh no's, followed by, are you crazy? That's a gift. We're buying. And ever since then, the sellers, yeah, it's been sort of choppy, but could have bought it in here, but yeah, stinger. Okay, here's an example of blue signal followed by a red sell bar. And actually, that doesn't look too healthy. I mean, it's oil, but I'll give it one more week. TMDX, short report on this one. This looks awful. In fact, why is this even on this list? Oh, it's because of the blue signal. Ugh. Red, 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 red. Many famous FinTwit people with followers, 10 times more followers than I have, were pounding the table on like 100. You know who I'm talking about. This was going to be a disastrous one. Avoid like the plague. If you can short it, short it. Look at the volume. VST. I tried it up in here. I got out after like 50 cents. I realized it was a crappy buy. Just more trading. When I'm in and out really fast, I won't even put the circles to show the trade. But we have a a breakout here, box breakout, some volume. Keeps going higher, but it was a little bit of a struggle. It's on the right list though. Walmart, hammer bar, setting up for higher. All right, what time is it? Okay, we're moving right along. Bearish signals. So we've looked at textbook box breakout leaders. We've looked at bullish signals. Now let's look at bearish signals. Oof, big list. I'm expecting a number of these to come off the list, though. AAOI, wait a minute. Box breakdown right there, you see? And this is the power of the signals. Pink bar said, pay attention. What are you going to do, bullish or bearish? Remember that S&P 500? What's it going to be, bullish or bearish? The answer here was, I don't know, man. Well, this was a bullish bar, but it didn't really go anywhere. And then the rest of the market dragged it down. And now I see here a box breakdown, but no real patterns, volume's light. There's no signal. Anything on daily? Nothing on daily. Ugly right there. So should you be buying this as a pullback buy? I don't see it. Apple Computer. White bar sell signal. Interesting. This one may be worth shorting next week. It'd be a good one to have as a hedge because Apple products don't seem to be much innovation anymore. Affirm. Okay, we know that the market rebounded. Pink bar, and then finally it gave it up, but not much in the way of volume or anything. Honestly, I think I'd draw this as a box and put it into watching. AI, yep, down. AMD, pink, with a little bit of a rebound. Just enough sequence there, but unlike some other stocks, the green is less than the red. So it looks like investors did some buying, but not a lot. I'm still short this one. ANF, white bar sell signal, big red here. I would say ANF is sell it, take your money out before this really comes back down, in my opinion. I'd say your absolute number here is 120, but we'll see. This one here is one of the AIs. Interesting. So big move up. 50-50 signal. It broke down. But look at the volume here. That's pretty impressive. I'm going to put this back to watching list because I don't think this is going down anymore. And that's probably a box range. And I decided I liked using closing highs. Darvas himself would use the high highs. The reason why I choose this one over this one is because I just couldn't wait when it hit this point here. Let's say I bought it, let's say it hit 42, to wait for it, to wait for it to go another $10 and then buy at 52. It just drove me nuts. So I decided to go with closing. But that's where you got to be flexible and choose your own path on that. ASTS. Wait, I thought this stock was the most perfect stock. Box breakdown right there. BLDR for housing. Huge rebound. Where does it stop? Right back at the top here. I would say that's good enough to take it back off the list. Watching. BLND, not good. This deals with mortgages. There's been a lot of problems in mortgages. BRK, Berkshire, look at that. Yellow bar buy signal. Back in the box. Probably done. That should go on bullish. Caterpillar, ooh, yellow bar. Bullish. Kava. I'm still short this, by the way. I have shorts and I have longs. Do you see any reason why I should cover this at the moment? Nope, I don't see any reason either. Now the daily chart, you might be like, oh, should have covered it here, but it's still below this moving average there, and it's the same moving average because I'm consistent. Now this next week might be a covering time, or maybe not, I don't know. Coin, that probably qualifies as a box. Finally, watching list. The reason why a lot of stocks are on my watching list is because I'm watching for signals. When a signal occurs, then I'll sit up and pay attention and take action. But Costco, back to watching. So this is what I mean where, was this rebound this week launching a brand new bull market, or was it simply ending the downtrend? And I think we could say ending the downtrend. Pretty bullish reaction here to that short report. But again, sideways, watching. Dell, some just don't work out, but that's still big pink bar. It's been kind of a mess, but to down. DHI, I covered this one. I was shorted here, covered here because its competitor, KB, had the huge earnings report. So if that's going to do that, then it was pretty easy to know to set up the cover. But again, that probably doesn't go on here. ELF. There's a bearish signal right there. Bearish hammer. Well, Jam, one of the best forecasters, this guy, Jam Croissant, he hit some amazing forecasts. And he sees a split forecast. Market's either going to 6,600 or we're going down like 30%. So a bullish scenario and a bearish scenario. So maybe we need some hedges. And that's what I do with my shorts. I hedge. So I use them as hedges. If I can get 20% out of a short, oh, I'm ecstatic. But there's a signal right there. Write it down. This one keeps. This is a downtrend. It may look bullish. This is a downtrend. Signal, trigger. Ever since then. What do we got here? Oh, look here, volume reaction. Ion Q. Big red followed by equal green. The bulls stepped up. What does this look like? I think we could say that probably that's a box, huh? So we'll put this to watching. Len, look at that. Boom, boom, boom. But look how far down this one has come. I'm going to leave this one here. LMT. Is that a real bottom? Probably, but let's give it another week. Because look at this downtrend from October to here. Maybe that's the Trump effect. I don't know. MNDY. Oof. This is just such a brutal pattern. And look at the big sell volume. We'll keep this on another week. Moderna. Big signal here. I wish I take it here, but if there's anything that's probably worth shorting into the ground, it's this one. MSTR. Okay. Here we go. Big rebound, but no real signals, no real volume either. This is going to make bulls feel good, but is this a new bull market? I don't know. All right, we need to wrap this. So I'm going to put this into watching. All right, this is making a comeback. This one goes back to watching. Note how a lot of stuff on the bearish list is coming off. Oh, there's a bull signal in NNE. Put into bullish. Top signal here. Green, yeah, probably starting to go sideways. Box. NTRA, ooh, pink bar. Look at that. Interesting. Where'd my artwork go? Put that like there. Failed breakout. Interesting. Steel. Yeah, covered steel. Sold it here, bought it back there. Maybe somebody put out there that if they rebuild LA, they'll probably use American steel. So just as well put it here. I'm going to leave this on because overall, it needs another, well, I'll put it there. Oracle. Maybe stop going down. Okay. God, what a downtrend. People don't realize some of the damage that occurred in tech. Look at that. Watching. My watching list is skyrocketed. Pan W. Ooh, that's still a downtrend. Nice volume sequence. That stays. PI. Ugh. Red, 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 red. What is going on? Can't believe I owned this at one point. Qubits. And that doesn't look as bullish as the other ones. That was a nanosecond trade. Qualcomm. That's a bull signal. Might lead to something good, actually. Qubit. Do you see anything? Yeah, pulled back here, but green, green. It's all off of this trigger. Yeah, that's probably one I could probably draw a box on. Watching. Ferrari. Yeah, bull signal. Let's see. Let's make sure it's going up. Keep it there. Rubric. So I'm still long this one from down here. Yeah, it had a box breakdown. I didn't do anything. It rebounded up here. It was on this list because of right there, but I think this is good enough to put it into watching. RGTI. Oh, that's a good reaction. Big pink. Dig that there. What does that look like? It looks like a box. Doesn't have to be perfect. Watching. RDX. Ooh, yellow bar. So you see how a lot of this list was really huge, but now it's changing. No, isn't that interesting? Shop didn't rebound. Shop barely moved. That stays negative. That is negative. Interesting. Sound. Yeah, we know this. Negative on the trigger. No real nothing there. It stays there. Team negative. Oof. Yuck. Transmatics. Yeah, we know about that. Tesla. All right, there's the big signal here. Everybody loves Tesla. Did it trigger off of that? Well, guess where it stopped? The market loves to torture. Any big volume? Barely big volume. Is this enough to take it off the list? Yeah, I'd take it off the list. Whoop, wrong one. Is this a brand new must-own thing? Well, bulls would argue that. Tesla, the company, is great. I love SpaceX, but we're talking stocks here, so we'll see. Oh, I need to take this off. Don't worry, we're almost done. Thank you for being patient. Uber, well, yeah, that's enough to come off the list. We got a few weeks in a row here because that's a breakdown. Put it here. Upstart, a confirmed box breakdown. Interesting. Goes red. Big rebound here, URI, probably to rebuild Los Angeles. We'll just take that on, put it back to watching. Vert, ooh, look at that. Almost a big, almost rebound. But it didn't, so it goes to watching. So this is all good news. This list, oh, the wolf. This list has shrunk dramatically. And the last one, the Zimmer. Uh-oh. Global trade? What the hell's going on? Pink, and it's been a mess ever since. Now a box breakdown. Not good. I've had terrible luck on this one. It just doesn't work for me. So that's the weekend review. Notice here, the list here is a lot smaller on the bearish side. On the bullish, more bullish signals, but a little hesitant on confirmed breakouts. A lot smaller. So I think, like I mentioned, a great rebound week. Stopping going down, but is it a brand new bull market? Well, we'll see. Okay, I got a couple of other things I want to show you, and then we'll wrap. One, what is a Trump coin? Whatever this thing is, look at that. Damn, why are we playing stocks? I have no idea, but interesting. Last is S&P 500. We got new estimates as of the 16th. And here's probably why the market keeps going up, and probably why JAM's upside target of 6,600 is good. The forecasts, and this was only a couple days ago. What did they do? They went up again. Well, except for this one. But look at what's expected. 19%, 22, 15, 25, 19, 17. An average of almost 20% earnings growth in the S&P 500. That's amazing. Now, it's been disappointing us on the historical, -2, and as a result, valuations are high. PEs are high above. We're technically in bubble territory. But on a forward PE, because the forward earnings are so big, the forward PE is still on the edge. So the market, yeah, it's a tad overvalued, but so long as these earnings deliver, man, things are okay. So we'll see what happens. All right, thank you for hanging out with me this Saturday. I got a chiropractor appointment, and I hope you and myself and everybody else out there, I hope everybody has a good trading week, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, bye.